Hey everybody, it's Dirty Bones, and we've got another new map. This one is called the Elm Rochester. This map is reminiscent of the town of Rochester in New York, USA. There are 87 farmlands, 79 fields, ranging from small to large, 5 grass fields, 1 small woodland, and 1 large woodland. Features the BGA standard map, traffic, pedestrians, train to deliver goods. Available productions are sawmill, dairy farm, rope manufacturer, cannery, tailor shop, cement factory, barrel maker, bakery, grain mill, and oil mill. And there is also a granary museum to build. This map is by AE Mapping, and it is for all platforms. All right, we'll take a look. So this is your starting farm. You've got your your grain. You've got your trigger point for sleep. You have right here. You got your little farmer's market, and out across the road, you've got cows. So you start with 20 of a possible 30. Was there any feed in there? We'll have to go take a look in a little bit. And then you've got some sheep, so you've got 30 of 34 already. And this is just storage. This is not a bale and pallet. You got a couple tractors in here. Okay, that looks like a mace. Oh, case. And a fendant. Honestly, standing from here, it almost looks like the River Bend farm with a few modifications. All right, so we've got our cultivator and our harrow, I believe, with another case. Oh, no, that's a Massey, sorry. Open all these up. There's nothing in there. Then you got your buildable shed. Your bees. You got fuel here. We've got a cedar in the barn. And there is a plow. We'll open this up. Come over here. There's your silo. This is why it makes me think of Riverbend, right? We've got our buildable right there. I can't remember if Riverbend had the bees, but our silo back here with the shed sitting here. There's your grain trailer. And we'll have a quick look in here. There we go. There's nothing in there. And that is our farm. Oh, sorry, there's our harvester, which is another one reminiscent about Riverbend, but I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. Just looks kind of familiar. All right, so we'll go check everything else out so we don't start with anything in our silo. We've got available productions. We went through them already, so I will not go through them again. Actually, I will, because I think there was a couple missing. So we had the bakery, the biogas was not listed. Cannery, carpentry, cement factory, cooper. Yeah, there was quite a few that were actually not listed. Grain mill, oil mill, paper factory, rope maker, sawmill, and tailor shop. Contracts look like they're pretty standard. And then here's our cow pasture and our sheep pasture. So your meadows are reading nothing. But I'm sure the following month they'll have something in them. Got to read something. Standard crop calendar. And then here is the map. We've got our BGA right here. You start with fields 5 and 7, so you've got wheat and canola. Our BGA is right here. We'll head up to the top of our map and have a look down. So we've got some bunch of small fields. They're kind of in both corners. We've got our animal dealership here, and then we've got our manure and our liquid manure. We've got a sell point right here, farmer's market, where we can also pick up limes. And then we've got a sell point here, which is the grain barge. Some more small fields, but there's quite a few large fields too. 630, that's not bad. 530. 590. And then you got a bunch of small ones that are super cheap for you. And we've got forestry, 430. That's a fairly big plot. Okay, we'll get back to our factories. We've got a sawmill right here. Let's actually go take a look at this one. Not the sawmill so much I want to have a look at. It's, you know, the surrounding area with the trees. So here are our trees. So we've got a blend mix of, you know, our tall, excuse me, our tall trees. And I think that's just map edging right here. Whether you can cut these down or not, we'll have to wait and see right here. They are on the map, so I'm sure you can. Be a bit of a struggle with those ones, though. Whereas these ones are a lot easier to deal with. All right, moving on. Did we do this one? I think we did. Yeah, that was the sawmill. We'll cut across through the middle here. More large fields. Got 734, 700,000, 540. And then this is paper factory. Got a sell point for dairy. Got a lime station, and here is your grain elevator. This is your grain museum for your for building it, restoring it. And we've got a gas station. That's just David. Got our biogas plant. We went over that already. We've got our oil mill. Get this one. Grain mill. Carpentry. Bakery. Cooper. Cement factory. More cheap fields. So there's plenty to start with as far as range of fields. You know, depending on how much money you want to spend or what you want to start with. Cannery. Tailor shop. And then we have another lime station there. There's quite a few lime stations on here. There's your warehouse right there. I think we did the gas station already. Here's your dealership. So it's fairly close to your starting farm, which is always nice. And we'll come across here. We've got more sell points, Grain West silo. Here's your train. So your train runs right along here, right past your farm. It's too bad there isn't a little rental spot right there for your... I don't believe there is. No, there's your bees. And that's it. Yeah, it's too bad there wasn't a little rental or a loading dock or something right here by your farm. That would be a nice touch. And down at the bottom... this is a grain barge, and just so people aren't wondering what the hell that white is there, it is actually water, but it's just showing up as white. So here is your grain barge. All right, move on across the other side of the map. There's our first one over $1 million. There's another one. So the bottom of your map has got some big stuff. Okay, here's your sell point for Grain River Elevator. You've got more water right here. And then your last one is a rope maker and a few more fields. So there's 3 or 4 over $1 million, but everything else is fairly low. We will do a quick little flyby so we can have a little look at the map. Okay, so we're starting in the bottom left corner. There isn't much to see down here because it's all fields, but there's your biogas. dairy, I believe. Nicely done map. Up through the middle. There's your animal dealership. We must have passed by our farm already. I believe that was the grain barge. Or not the barge, but the grain mill that was in the center of the map. A little bit of water there. All right, folks, that's about it. That's your map. I'm Dirty Bones. Like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one. Stay dirty, everyone. Peace.